Hello and welcome to the Smoking Shelters chat on mental health within the industry. Joined by three other chefs. I've got Ben, who works in conferencing and hotels. I've got Richard, who also works in conferencing and hotels, and Andy, who's the head chef at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. First of all, how have you found lockdown? Open question.
I'll start. Yeah, I mean, I've not found it too bad, to be honest. Like, so far I've kept quite busy, just doing stuff around the house. The missus has been working the whole time, so it's kind of, she's kept busy, so it's kept me doing stuff around the house and cooking a lot more. And it's been nice to have a bit of a break from it all, really.
What about you, Andy? You've been doing quite a bit of cooking, I've seen on your Instagram channels.
Yeah, to be honest, I'd completely agree. I think the break come at a good time for me. Obviously we're all under a lot of pressure. And I was looking forward to a holiday. Obviously, I know it's been a bit more extended, but yeah, I'm exactly the same situation. My fiance's been working full time all the way through. So yeah, it's been nice, to be fair, just to be at home and just spend a bit of time here. And yeah, like you said, I've been doing a lot more cooking and baking and things like that. And yeah, so far I've sort of enjoyed it. Obviously, I know the circumstances in the country aren't the best, but yeah, it's been positive really for me.
All right, you, Rich, the kids keeping you busy?
Yeah, but it's great, isn't it? You actually get to spend a bit of time with them. Like the first couple of weeks, I actually realised, it was the longest I'd spent at home in, I don't even know how long, And obviously I'm not my wife is off, so she's been furloughed as well. So it's nice for us to both be here with them. And let's be honest, it gets to a point where you really do need a break. I'm in the position where I'm probably about to change locations anyway in terms of jobs. So it's come perfect, really, to be completely honest. I know the circumstances aren't great, but I've really enjoyed it.
No, I have to agree.
Yeah, I agree.
For me, mine joined. I was off 2 weeks before lockdown. First day of lockdown was my kid's second birthday, and then 2 weeks after that, my second kid was born. So I'm taking this as the extended paternity with extra pay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to look at this. I haven't spent 2 weeks solidly with my wife since our honeymoon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think being in full-time work, it's like I was saying at this, when do we ever have more than a week or 2 weeks off in any circumstances? Never. And to this point, I think, is it 3 months we've been off for now? Pretty much. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I haven't had. Go on.
No, it's about 3 months. I was going to say, I haven't been in since March, middle of March.
Yeah, same with me.
You can't really go back till July. I don't know if that's different for you with your.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to hear what's going on. We have no idea. It's obviously waiting on the Premier League and things, but I think even when football goes back, I think it's going to be a while before hospitality obviously comes back into full swing. They're not going to start football and then say, right, get 60,000 people in the stadium. So I think it's going to be a bit of a longer wait for us, really. But yeah,
of course, we're all in a similar position.
I don't think July is realistic for any of us.
No, not
to be honest. But they'll probably find some way of doing it. But I don't think it's realistic for any of us, to be honest.
No, it's like I was speaking to my brother. I was speaking to him today. Actually, he lives out in Australia, and he was saying the way the restaurants are working there, and all of the churches and everything else is working is 10 in a building at a time, and they'll take 10 covers every couple of hours throughout the day. So from say lunchtime through till dinner, there's 10 covers continuously in, and that's how they just keep an even flow.
Who can afford to do that though? It just doesn't make business sense, does it?
No, not at all.
No, I suppose it depends how many rooms, how many different dining rooms you have. If you can fill 3 or 4 different dining rooms and turn 40 covers every 2 hours,
that's still.
I suppose also when you do something like that, you'll need less chefs, and then so you'll still keep half your staff on furlough. they're saying at the end of July, aren't they, that they're going to want employers to start paying 25% of furlough anyway. So they're going to want to get us back in the kitchen, even if they get you back 20 hours a week, serving a few people. At least you're paying for your 25%, and then the government's going to pay the rest. So I think we'll start seeing us start to go back maybe mid-July, end of July. And then it will be like part-time work in August, where we're all doing maybe 20 hours, 25 hours. We're doing some cleaning, this, that, but I can't imagine probably till September that we'll be like even getting back to where we were before,
Yeah, and I don't think
January, September,
I don't think it's going to be booming when it all comes back.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the state of the economy at the moment; it's going to be crap.
Yeah.
But to be honest, it's good. I think from the sounds of it, we're all in full-time employment, so that's great. You got to think about how many chefs are on the agency, self-employed.
I mean, that's
they are in the shit.
So that's where I work. I mean, 90% of the area that I run, my chefs are all agency, and obviously they work with me constantly. And then we went we had the Man United game on the Sunday, and we were all ready to go on like the Friday. Everything was prepped. Literally, we were just loading things into service fridges, and then we obviously got the call that everything was closing. And then these guys are now obviously out of work. I think like the company that I work for, they're good enough that any casuals that work like for the company, they've put them on furlough. But your guys that are like freelance and agency, obviously it's a different story for them, and that is not a good position to be in.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of chefs who are, on the agency, like you say, on the agency, or even just between jobs. There's a couple of chefs we know that have left one place to start another, but because they're not on their notice, they're not getting their pay or furlough from either direction. It's quite unfortunate for those people, but you have to wonder
literally the worst situation.
I mean, how different their furlough going to be to us, well, not even their furlough, their lockdown going to be to us, because we're at least at that point where way I look at it is I've taken a 20% pay cut to not work, whereas for them,
exactly that.
They've obviously taken 100% pay cut.
Yeah,
I look at it. Sorry, Karen.
I live in Hertfordshire and I work in London, so my pay cut effectively, I've just said, well, I'm not driving to work every single day, so that's the money that I've saved. So essentially, you're just getting paid to stay at home. But
I mean, all four of us have still got the same tank of petrol in.
100%. 100%.
I have. Yeah.
8 weeks.
Seriously, it's amazing.